What up, grinders and grindettes? It's you got a black abstract. Listen, I know you're seeing the title. You're probably seeing the thumbnail. Wonder what the fuck is this dude talking about? We'll get into it right after this.
Work hard, play hard, grind hard, stay hard. No, we stay out, make your way out. But I just can't stop, won't stop hustling. But I just
So, grinders and grindettes, Certified Lover Boy from Drake. The latest album he dropped since 2018, Scorpion. Which features and boasts a whopping 21 tracks and a who's who of producers and a who's who of features. It features Ty Dolla $ign. We got Lil Wayne and Rick Ross on the same track. We even got a Drizzy and Kid Cudi track. We even got 21 Savage and Project Pat, as out as that might sound. We even got the God MC himself, Hova. We even got Future and Young Thug on the track together. We got Lil Durk and Giveon, and we got Lil Baby. And a newcomer named Yebba that I've never heard of. Listen, before we get started, let me give a shout out to the sponsors of this video. It's not really a sponsor, it's a shameless plug. Go stream my single Work Hard. If you want to hear some real rap music, no shot to anybody. It's my latest single out. You can download it on, or not download it, but you can stream it on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to music at. Let me check it out. It's a great song, inspirational, and you can hear your boy get busy. Because I know I talk about rapping a lot, but if you want to hear your boy, yeah. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up or leave it in the comments. It's the song that I actually played as the intro to this video. Now let's get into this. Certified Lover Boy. Been a long time coming for this album. It's been a long time. A lot of delays. I believe over a year and a half delay since this was announced. Donda dropped prior to this, and it was a lot of speculation who would have the better project. One thing I will say, they had great rollouts and layouts for both of them. Both of them did numbers, so that alone deserves an applause. Can we get an applause for that? And it's also big for the culture. Listen, I went into this album thinking, I did a video actually when it first came out, just kind of giving my opinion how it was as a skim through. That's not sitting with it. Now, if you listen or been watching my channel, you know how I am with music. I have to sit with it for a while. I want to fully embrace and then and engage in it. You know, like Jay-Z had the famous line, "Do you fools listen to music or do you skim through it?" And that's what I feel a lot of these people do nowadays. A lot of consumers do that nowadays because music is so fast paced. It's not like back in the day where you had a project from an artist and you got to sit with it for a year or two before they actually dropped, or even maybe 5 years, however long before they decided to drop another project. So with that being said, Drake hasn't dropped in a while, so I'm figuring, oh, you know what? He might be taking his time. He's scoping his masterpiece the same way, it was thought that was believed to be thought with Donda. And I will say that's not the case at all. Now, why I do like Champagne Poetry, it was an odd choice for me how to start an album, but nonetheless, I liked it, and I thought this probably was the direction that he was going with. I figured maybe he was doing more rapping on the album, and I told you before, I love how he sounds over soulful beats. I wish Drake would just release like a soulful project, similar to Fab Soul Tapes, or how Jay-Z did the first Blueprint, and how he did on Further Sting off of Nothing Was the Same, or Nothing Was the Same. When the beat switch Further Sting and he starts rapping over that soulful track. Oh, I love that fucking verse. I wish, I love when he raps over soulful beats. I think he really excels at that. So maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe one day he'll just get in his rap bag, hip hop bag, and we'll get a soulful Drake project. I think that'd be dope. So yeah, I like that song a lot. I like Champagne Poetry. Even to this day, I still listen to it. I said to this day like it been out a year or something. Next song, Poppy's Home. Wasn't really feeling this one. Same old Drizzy, and that's the album. That's the problem I have with this album. A lot of these songs are just Drake playing it safe, and I think at Drake's point in his career, it was a quote that Jay-Z said. I'm gonna bring up Jay-Z a lot during this. It was one point where he was getting interviewed for something, and he said, "At this point in my career, when I release albums, I'm not trying to it ain't about the numbers for me. At this point, it's just about making history and trying new things." And I think that's what Drake should be in. Obviously, he's going to make history with the numbers, et cetera, et cetera. But you gotta step out your comfort zone. You have to, Drake. And you don't have to, but we would like to. In terms, and how to be like, listen, if you want to be in the conversation of the greats, which you already are. I don't know why, because he doesn't clearly. I heard he doesn't write his lyrics, and he has no classic albums to me aside from So Far Gone. Nothing Was the Same. Arguably one of his best albums to me. Take Care gets a lot of praise. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a good album. We don't even mention Thank Me Later or Thank Me Now, whatever the hell that album was. And If You're Reading This Too Late, which to me is his best work. But we already know about the Quentin Miller situation, so it's hard to even kind of bring that one up. So we go into this project, you're thinking that, you're going to get some new features, not even new features, but you're going to get some new sounds and some new inspiration and something different, completely left field, that's out of Drake's comfort zone. And no, he plays it safe. And I think that's the problem with this. Girls Want Girls. Lil Baby has a decent verse. Drake doesn't excel as much. And that's another thing with this project. A lot of the features are outshining Drake on his own project. And I'm like, well, how is that even possible if this is your project? But we also saw it with the release of that little care package. Was it care package? It was something he released a couple of months ago. When Lil Baby had like that hot ass verse that outshined him, and he had the lemon pepper freestyle with Rick Ross. And I'm like, yo, this is like, how is he getting, Lil Baby bodying him? So I'm thinking maybe he gonna try to redeem himself on this one, and that wasn't the case at all. In the Bible with Lil Durk and Giveon. Smooth tune. I think Lil Durk and Giveon had excelled. It's a decent track. It's nothing exceptional. Love All. You got the God MC on the track. And listen, this isn't the best Jay-Z verse. You could tell he was just accompanying what the record was. He didn't go too crazy. Wasn't a whack verse, but it wasn't a top tier Jay-Z verse. Definitely wasn't a top tier Drake verse. This was more into tune with what Drake, his music style. And I actually like this song. I think this got a nice little bop. I could see this getting played on the radio, and they actually have been playing it on the radio up here. But once again, it's Hova. It's Jay-Z. You know how many people are clamoring trying to get a Jay-Z verse, and this is what we get. Hey, listen, if they're going for radio play, then I guess that's it. But I think it's a nice little decent bop. Like I said, it's nothing too crazy. Next song, Fair Trade. Probably one of my favorite songs on the album. And listen, if you know me, you've been rocking with me, and you know me personally, you know I'm a huge Travis Scott fan. Sorry, water break. Gallon a day. Keeps the doctor away. All right, so I love this song. And listen, he gets outshined by Travis Scott on this track, and Travis Scott wasn't even doing nothing too crazy. It's just the way Travis swag on the track, how he flexes. I thought he did an exceptional job. We need a Travis Scott album. Can we get a Travis Scott album? And this year will be probably one of the best years in music. With the releases of Cole, Tyler, Kanye, excluding Drake. Way Too Sexy. Initially when I first heard this, I thought it was hilarious because I know the original song, I'm too sexy for my shirt. So I thought it was funny. Seeing the video, same thing, hilarious. I see what they were trying to do. Obviously, this is the Radio Club single. Obviously, Future, I'm a huge Future fan if you know me. You also know Future is the Lord and Savior of the trap for me. I call him Future Christ. He did his thing. Thug obviously is the man as well. So I thought this track was decent, but I could see it getting annoying very quick. But I'm pretty sure it's turning up in the strip clubs right now. TSU, boring. I had to play it just to remind myself. In Too Deep, Drake featuring Future. The typical Drake and Future track. None. It's sound like something that was on What a Time to Be Alive, or it could have been on the playlist from Future's last album. Nothing too crazy about that. Pipe Down, uninspiring. Let me, and that's another thing about this album. It's too many shots at Kanye West or Pusha T. Let it go. It's getting boring. You know what him and Kanye beef is like? It's like the dude. It's like the popular dude that's not a fighter. You know he not a fighter, but you want to keep picking on him because he might do some fuck shit here and there. But you know he don't want to smoke for real, but you going to keep poking him and messing with him and bullying him just because you can. And you know nothing going to happen at the situation. Because if you do something, you're not going to get props or what's the name for it. And it's like Drake's not a tough guy either. But I'm sick of it. Yebba's Heartbreak was a nice little interlude. I guess he's introducing whoever the hell that person is. I never heard of him. No Friends in the Industry. The title sounds like it's savagery, but it's kind of boring. I'm gonna be honest. Knife Talk. Drake 21 Savage Project Pack. Trash. I don't like it. Initially when I first heard it, I thought it was decent, and I was just a little further play. I'm like, I don't know. And then you underutilized Project Pat. You just got him talking. 7 a.m. on Bridal Path is hot. Listen, I love when Drake's rapping. He's taking shots at Ye again, obviously. But I like when Drake is spinning, and I love when he has the numbers in the titles, whether it's 6 a.m. in Chicago, 6:34 in Miami, whatever the fuck he be doing. I think that. Race on My Mind. Listen. Okay. It's okay. Nothing too crazy. Actually, it's trash. I'm gonna be honest. Fountains featuring Tim. Listen, I love Tim's too, man. Her, Bieber, and WizKid got probably my favorite song out right now. So I thought that was decent. Drake has a habit of working with artists who aren't at their fullest potential at the time, and he recognizes that, and he'll throw them a bone. So if he goes on tour, obviously he'll bring her, and then she got that song she can perform as well. So I thought that was dope. Get Along Better featuring Ty Dolla Sign. I thought this was decent. You Only Live Twice. Drake, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross. Listen, I thought Rick Ross might have had the best verse on this song. Yeah, and Rick Ross isn't no slouch, but he not the old Rick Ross. So, yeah. But I thought this was okay. It was a nice cypher track. I like the beat. Drake and Kid Cudi. When I first heard this, I was like, yo, that's dope. They finally on the song together. But just sitting with it and hearing it, it's not really nothing special to me. It's not. Fucking Fans, The Remorse. Okay. Listen, this project is not going to get another month of play with me. It's just not. Back to Yeezy. Back to Tyler. Back to Cole. J. Cole is somewhere smiling right now because he's probably like, yeah, I told y'all what I... And listen, J. Cole came and went. He came out, dropped a great project, and then went back in his little cubby hole where he goes. And it sucks because I feel like J. Cole should have probably been on all these releases. Him, Kendrick, but I know they don't really like doing features and shit like that. But I don't know, it sucks. But Certified Lover Boy Drake, do better, my brother. Listen, you are arguably one of the greatest artists, considered one of the greatest artists, rappers of all time. To some people, that's non-arguable. You can't argue that because you have the ability to make hits. You have a long catalog. I've seen Drake in concert, and it was to the point I got tired because it was like 3 hours and he was still on stage performing, and I'm like, I need to go to bed. I gotta work in the morning. But that's not to take nothing away from his greatness. Every artist has that project that just doesn't stand up to his other ones, or they just have a point in their career where they don't have it much to say and they're not inspired. Jay-Z had it. Fucking everybody has had Rick Ross. Anybody you could think of, all the greats at some time in their career have hit a wall, came to a standstill creatively, and they just are here. But hopefully next project we'll get something special. And this sucks because you get artists that been in the game like Andre 3000 who we rave over a verse that he dropped that didn't even get released, and people are like, yo, this is crazy. And then you get an artist whose whole project is kind of like not even as great as a verse. You think about that. But that's neither here nor there. So listen, you know how I rate everything by mics. I'm an old school. That's my standard, whether it's movies, TV shows, etc., etc. I rate everything on a mic system. So Certified Lover Boy to me is going to get 2.5 mics. That's my standing. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, I don't care. Listen, I'm not by any means a Drake hater. I am a fan of hip hop and rap. So I'm rooting for anybody that's hip hop and that's black. Yes, he's not American. He's Canadian. But that's neither here nor there. I live literally an hour from Toronto. And I frequent there a lot. That has nothing to do with it either. It's just I'm calling a spade a spade. It is what it is. This is real talk. This is real rap. This is my opinion. If you think that this album is great or phenomenal, I suggest you make an appointment with your ear doctor for Monday and go in and get your ears checked out, because this is clearly not up to standards of Aubrey Graham. And it shouldn't be up to your standards anyway. You as a consumer shouldn't be settling for anything less than their previous greatest effort, period. And if they don't have anything to offer in the game, then you need to sit down for a little bit and gain some creative juices like Kendrick. You see why Kendrick and Cole don't drop so frequently, because they're taking their time and they're actually being creative. And Drake took some time with this, and it's not creative. So maybe he got another project planned. I heard a lot of these songs released. A lot of them sound old, and that's probably the case. Who knows? But listen, if you like this, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you didn't, I don't give a shit. As always, peace, love, and prosperity. I am the Black Abstract One.